Hey, what do you think of my new hat, St. Vincent de Paul, and my shirt? Hey, the reason I'm wearing that stuff is that's my new uniform. I accepted a part-time job driving a semi here in Madison 2 days a week for the St. Vincent de Paul Society. And with all of the uncertainty going on in the country right now, I thought maybe it's a good time to just kind of hunker down, make a little money, and see what's going to happen this fall. I thought I'd do a little update since it's been a while since I did a video. I've just been totally swamped. But basically, there's a lot of uncertainty right now into what being a nomad is going to be like for the next 6 months or so. So I thought maybe, we'd better prepare to not be on the road. And because I'm not sure where things are going to be at with this pandemic stuff. And man, what a beating, and I know our problems are pretty much first world problems, but it's been quite a beating this year between health issues, even with insurance. I mean, that eats up a chunk of change. Had some RV issues, and then the stock market, right when you need to maybe pull some money out and pay for some stuff. The pandemic kills that, and the economy's in upheaval. I mean, there's just a lot going on. And so this has been, as for everybody, such a crazy year. So I just thought, it's probable or possible that we might need to sit for a year. I hope that's not the case, because it's hard to do in Wisconsin because of the winter weather. So, we'd probably have to go find somewhere else, at least for the winter. But, I somewhere to put the RV in storage or something. So I just got thinking about it and thought, I don't want to work full time, and I just have enough going on technically that I didn't really want to add to that. And so anyway, I was fortunate enough to find a part-time job that has been anything but part-time while I learned the ropes a bit. But now it's settling down into 2 days a week, 2 very long 10 to 12 hour days. But I'm pretty fortunate to be able to just pick up a job like that pays well, and driving a semi. But it had been 10 years since I've shifted gears in a semi, and so in the driving test I ground the gears a few times. But anyway, they were kind enough to see that that I would probably work out, and they offered me the job, and I did accept it. But it's definitely, takes some getting used to, pulling a 53-foot trailer in a town like Madison is not easy. You got to be careful what you're doing and shifting gears. But I did learn something. It turns out that nowadays most of the major trucking companies have transitioned to automatic transmissions because they're more efficient. And so, old-time drivers like me, man, that's like, what? I don't want an automatic. What? You're just sitting there. Then you're not even doing anything. But I wasn't aware of it. But there is such a thing as an automatic-only CDL license. So some of the people coming through truck driving schools nowadays don't even learn to shift. They don't know how to shift a truck, and which just is shocking to me. And so they get a special CDL that has a limitation, automatic transmission only. If you can imagine that, if you're a truck driver or have ever driven a truck, I'm thinking you would be on my page and like, wow, really? You can't shift a goddamn thing? I don't think you need to be driving a semi if you can't shift gears. But hey, that's me. I'm old school about it. But anyway, I haven't had time to fish. I haven't been out, exploring, none of the things that I like to do to make videos and that stuff. But I promise that I will be taking time to do some of that in the coming weeks. But we're doing well. I just didn't want anybody to think we dropped off the face of the earth or something. I just am so disappointed that I didn't get a hop freight trains this summer. And maybe, you never know, maybe things will change and that will happen, but I don't think so. I think this year's gone for that, unfortunately. So, at this age, things change so damn fast on you that I hope I'll get to do that again sometime. Just fingers crossed, because I've got a couple of trips I just am dying to make. I really want to ride the old Southern Pacific line, which is now Union Pacific, from Oregon down through Northern California along where Mount Shasta is. It's just beautiful through there, and I really want to do that. I think it's the Sacramento River that it runs along. I fly fished that once, but haven't been back, and hope to do that again as well. But anyway, that's kind of my dream, is to ride freight trains again at least one more time and get a whole bunch in of places like that, and then come back on the overland route, which is the Union Pacific main line, across from Sacramento, across through Nebraska, and then on to Chicago. It really used to end there in Nebraska, but and then it became Chicago Northwestern. But Union Pacific owns owns all that stuff now, so it's all UP. Anyway, the good news, the great news is that my son has accepted a teaching position in Madison, and so he and his family are moving from Oklahoma City area to Madison, which is just fantastic. So the whole family will be located here. We'll be here in the summers anyway, and then they'll be living here, and my daughter and son-in-law also live here. So fantastic news in that regard. So we're looking forward to that. Anyway, that's it. We're just sitting, and I'm kind of doing all my repair projects on the RV. I've done the fiberglass, getting ready to start doing the painting part of it, fixed windshield gaskets, and just all the little things that pile up over the course of a year. And the last things will be a pair of tires on the front and an alignment, but replacing the microwave. I mean, there's always something, and it's just like a house. There's always something in your house as well, so same kind of thing. But anyway, just to let you know, that's what's going on, and I promise I will come up with some interesting stuff here as the summer progresses. Just been swamped here lately. But anyway, take care. I hope you're having a great summer. We'll talk to you later.